Hello, welcome back to the stream. How are we doing? Let's see who we've got in the chat. Oh, I don't know why that was bugging me. Curtains closed like we like it. There we go. So, who we got in the chat? Redirected, big ups. Yes, I redirected earlier. Hopefully you got a couple more likes. I'll have a look in a minute. Big ups. Sigma Streams says Mikey Lewis. Big ups to tuning in, mate. And a must-win tomorrow. Absolutely. It is huge for us to win that game. It cannot be understated. I'm not a fan of Walker, but some of the stuff online has been disgraceful. I haven't. If it's on Twitter, I haven't had a look much. If you want to just give me some sort of rundown. But anyway, let's just dive straight into it. Oh no! Just act like you didn't see that. Alright. Anyways, here we are. This is what you meant to see. Anyways, in goal, I'm going for Ederson. I think he's probably going to get this Champions League game. Last two. Oh, that's bad. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anything. Like, I've literally not been on Twitter since the defeat. Actually, I went on once, and I went on to see extras Instagram. No, Twitter. I went on twice actually. Went on to see extras Twitter. Just scrolled for a bit of news, and then afterwards, earlier today, I searched up a video game I beat to see what the company was, and now I follow them. Not on my personal Twitter, not on MCFC Connect. Yeah, that is something. I've never understood why people do that. I get it, okay? You get passionate about your club, and you just want to see them do the best. And you only want to see your players doing well, and it frustrates you when a player is having a bad season. I understand everyone's frustration with Walker. Look, I was defending Walker as much as I could last season. Now then, that doesn't mean I was saying, no, he doesn't deserve any criticism, but I was defending him to an extent, is what I'll say. I don't think I was a hater. This season, I've definitely been a bit more Walker out because of how good Rico Lewis has been doing. But I've never understood it, and I've never understood it under any circumstances. I only need to bring up events that happened. Look, Walker was awful against Bournemouth. There's no doubt about that, and he's been awful all season. And it's the abuse some players get. It's just a bit crazy. Rico, I love him. Says MCFI, yes, he's back in my team as well. I want him here. I don't see why not. And I really want this team to play back away. Anyways, Ederson in net. I think he's going to have this one. The last two UCL games have gone to Ortega. But this one, I think he will be back. Seeing Edu is leaving Arsenal for Forest. Yeah, I did see something about that on Instagram. Fabrizio. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but what was I going to say now? Yeah, Ederson didn't play last match. Best of all parties go, can't go on anymore. Yeah, I think you're onto something, to be honest. I think it wasn't. It's probably just best. I will always love Walker. I think he brought a lot of good memories to the club. He was brilliant for the club. I was really happy with him. But look, the last 2, maybe 1.5, if you're going to be generous, seasons, he hasn't been up to the races, last season was certainly a step down from treble season. And even treble season, I would just like to say, he wasn't exactly in the team all the time. Remember Rico Lewis overtook his spot, and he became a starter for a bit whilst him and Joao Cancelo got benched. I would just like to make that clear. So really, since treble season, Walker has been a bit more in and out of the team. Treble season, Walker was great when called upon in the games we needed him to. Since then, though, it's been okay. Love the graphics, big ups. Appreciate that. Forest been cooking. They have third in the league. They're on our tail. Remind me of Yaya's end have much worse because Yaya wasn't costing his game. Yeah, Yaya did end a bit more sour. I know he's at fault for so many goals. You just need to watch replays back, and you'll see that in some shape or form Walker is involved, whether it is a goal down his side or a goal that he gives away the ball on or a goal that he loses his man on. He's always involved in some shape or form, and it's not doing him any good, and it's not doing the team any good. Anyway, moving on to Rico Lewis. Look, when he came on for Bournemouth, I think he was one of the better players out on throughout the whole 90 minutes. From what he played, Rico. He came on near the end. He brought a bit more control, brought a bit more quick passing. Really did start linking up well with players. Rico's really good for the build-up and for the link-up. And sometimes you go on a really good run that can often lead into a chance created. Rico Lewis is a superb footballer, and I don't think there is a debate for me anymore, but this guy is our right back. I think is he ready? Is he ready to really be our right back, to really take that role, as opposed to the guy that is just giving Walker a run for his money at the moment? Rico, I see some people hating on him, saying he's awful defensively. Give the lad a rest. He's been playing every game and he's 19. Rico is doing something unbelievable at the moment. Phil Foden didn't do this. Phil Foden did not do this, okay? Phil Foden, the lucky thing was with Phil Foden got to really ease into the team. There was no stress because we were super well covered in everywhere he played. Phil Foden, typical academy position was the attacking midfielder. Look at the options we had. De Bruyne. Both the Silvers could probably do it. Those are just three off the top of my head that are unbelievable footballers. Unbelievable. Two of them, one of them's got a statue, one of them will get a statue, and the other one has just been a recognised baller over the years. Phil Foden has had that luxury of being allowed to be eased into the team to perfect all areas of his game before coming into the squad. Since Rico's first moments on the pitch, Rico made his first moments onto the pitch in 2022, November time, I actually think, or was it October, where he got his goal against Sevilla. That was a great moment for 17-year-old man. Okay. And since then, Rico has very much been in and around the team. In the treble season, he was crucial to picking up some crucial results because we just didn't have a player that could do the stuff we wanted to, but Rico could. Okay, and then later on in the season, we managed to find a solution that didn't necessarily require the need of Rico Lewis. John Stones very much became that player. Exactly. I'm going to read all these comments in a minute properly. Last season, to be fair, I do think Rico did get a bit more of I say cushiony. He still played a good role. He got goals for us, goals against Palace in both games. Rico did have a bit more of a cushiony time last season. There wasn't as much stress on him. But even then, this season, he has been thrown into it. He played a lot of games last season, nonetheless, Rico. But this season, he's been starting almost game after game. And if Rico Lewis gets injured, I'll tell you what, we might be cooked. I know. And I don't think he's awful defensively. I thought in the first game of the season, he did good against, what's his name? Nkunku. Top Champions League player. you know? We saw him do well against Nkunku. I've seen him have good moments in the past. Now then, am I going to say his biggest strength is defending? No, of course I'm not. But he's 19. He can develop. If he was 25 and like he was making bad defensive mistakes, yeah, be worried. But at the moment, I'm absolutely so calm. Rico's a local. Again, that's important. To have the local talent, it just makes the club even more connected. Pep needs to throw academy players into a game because otherwise we will never know if they're good enough if we're judging them off nothing games. For example, Pep threw Foden in the Spurs at home in a must-win game and won us the game. Exactly. Didn't Rico Lewis play Arsenal in the Cup instead of Cancelo? I can't tell you for certain, but don't be surprised if he did, because in that January period, Rico was playing a lot of games for us. We will never know if O'Reilly and Poussey or McAtee is good enough if they never get thrown into a big game. That's partly why I've thrown McAtee into this. And yeah, this is big too. We can't judge them off a midweek game against Bratislava, a team we should be beating that plays in Czech. No offense to them. We should be beating them. Are they Czech? Where is Bratislava? Oh, am I getting confused with Sparta Praha? Slovakia, my bad. A team that plays in Slovakia. We should be beating them. No offense. We have to throw them into a bigger game, and I think this is a bigger game. Sporting are a good team in a good league. The Portuguese league, sure, it's not the Prem, sure, it's not the Bundesliga, but it's certainly not bad. I fear Brighton on Saturday, CBH, it stinks. I am worried. Is that away from home as well? If so, that'd be a 4th away game in a row. Would it be 4? I'm thinking about it now. Yeah, it would be 4. It would. Diaz, no, Akanji and Ake as my centre backs. Look, not much choice, to be honest. The other two are injured, so we kind of have to roll with this unless you swap Ake and Vardio. You can do that if you want to. I'm not opposed to that. Brighton away, 5:30 on Saturday. Vardio, again, we don't really have any other choice. Feel free to swap Ake and Vardio. There is one more choice for this back line, and it is Simpson Poussey. You can chuck him in. I wouldn't mind seeing him. In my opinion, if Haaland gets injured, Vardio should play striker. It wouldn't strike me as a weird thing to happen, considering Pep played Zinchenko at striker all that time ago. You know, let's not forget. Could you even say Vardio is a better finisher than Haaland? He can score long shots and bullet headers. It's an interesting point. I just don't know how Vardio would be in like how Vardio would be in all of Haaland's chances. Yeah, that is the thing. We need players to actually step up that further up the pitch. I love Phil Foden. I love other attackers we have. Doku, I know, is just back from injury. Savinho, I know, just got injured. And Grealish as well. Look, I love those guys, but we really need them to pick up the goals a bit. I know Phil Foden might have that second season spurt I had, but can more players kind of have that? But it doesn't need to be player of the season worthy. Even if you can get 10 goals, yeah. Even if you can get 10 goals or even 8, you are helping the team big. Yeah, Haaland has allowed bad games. It shouldn't be just on Haaland to get the goals. Look, like it or not, Haaland has still got really good numbers this season. Like, it's not like his numbers are bad. Okay, they started off well. I'm sure they've deteriorated, but his numbers have been good. yeah, on a whole. But we need players to actually step up. What I will say is I think Matheus Nunes is playing a part of sorts in stepping up. I think he's been really good. I hope he keeps getting games, and I just want to see him keep playing because I'm with Matheus Nunes. It's the first time I've been excited watching a player in a while. I think he looks really good. Nunes, he's really settling into to the team. Awake it soon. I pray, man. Like, what on earth? It's a beautiful kit. Last time we wore it was like West Ham, I think. It is so nice, and it is being left to rot in the lockers. What on earth, man? It's such a beautiful kit. I don't think we'll ever have one better. And like, oh. Imagine in August, I said to you, Nunes would be one of the first names on the team shirt. Team shirt. Sorry. Imagine in August, I said to you, Nunes would be one of. Oh, sorry, team sheet. You mean? Sorry, I should have been able to decipher that a lot quicker. My bad. I know. We're just gonna have to look at like edited images of it, unless we get an image of him modeling in it. That'd be nice. Just so we can see what could have been. Yeah, I'd probably be like, what? Nunes first on the first name on the team sheet? You serious? No way. Maybe one of the first names on the bench. And that's how I would have been. I was ready I was kind of ready. I was mainly against it, but I wasn't super opposed to it for him to go to Atletico Madrid. Because Atletico Madrid, they came like mini knocking. We're like, yo, come our way, bro. Okay, but I kind of was against it because I felt like we'd already lost enough and we hadn't bought in enough. But now I'm a bit happier with Nunes. Like, I don't want this guy to go at all now, at least not for the time being. We'll have a look at this season's stats for him. Looking 12 matches. Okay, 12 matches for us this season. Community Shield, 2 EFL Cup, 2 Champions League, and 7 Premier League. And if we look at these, he came off the bench in a lot of these. Like for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. First 8 games of the season, Nunes didn't get a start. That's in the Premier League anyway. First 8 games of the season, didn't get a start. Didn't start in the Community Shield. And did start versus Tottenham. And he's had 2 starts in the Champions League. So he's not had many starts, but in those 12 matches and in 588 minutes, that's less than 10 games, by the way, much less than 10 games worth of minutes, he's had 7 goal contributions, which is really good for someone we signed as a midfielder playing off the left. No, you keep Nunes on that left. He's playing so good. He is looking like our best current left winger. If Doku came back from injury and was fully fit now, he does not move Nunes out the team. Okay? If Doku's fit and available, you knock him onto the right if you have to. You do not move Nunes because he is playing wonderful there. Yeah, that would have been crazy. What's the referee doing, Simon Hooper? Yeah, I know. It was crazy. Doku should start right wing, in my opinion. Drop Gundo, play McAtee in midfield. Could be done. I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to drop Gundo. I don't think he's undroppable. I don't think he's untouchable. I think this team can easily be shifted. I think you can even make a case for Nico Riley to start this game. Get Doku off the right and play Nico where Gundo is. I think you could maybe play Simpson Poussey. I think there is so much wiggle room with this team with players that you wouldn't often start. Play Gundo April, May. Not the worst shout. Anyway, though, back into here. Gundo Kova, look, I don't mind these two starting. Just don't do the midfield three of these two and Bernardo again. It was a disaster versus Bournemouth. We had no character, we had no creativity, we had no speed. There was nothing to our midfield. It looked like a midfield. Oh, do you know what it looked like? It looked like, do you remember Liverpool's midfield of Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, and James Milner? That's what it looked like. And I don't want that feeling. I really don't. These players are getting older. These players are getting slower. Okay? Bernardo's still good with his feet, but he's not going to be able to run as much. You know? We need good young midfielders in that midfield. That's why I kind of want to see McAtee in the midfield. That's why I don't want any of those three ahead of Gundo and Kova to be gone, because they're quick, they are fresh, they have lungs in their legs. You know, they are ready to go. And to be fair, the other two behind them do still, but they are getting older. They're getting slower. They can't be helped. It's their way of life. Connect, have you noticed that this is an example? I was actually thinking about that earlier, you know. The 1-0 loss. And then the 2-1, and then the 2-1 loss. And then Leipzig away. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking, how weird is that? How weird is that? Look, nonetheless, we kind of need it to remain a copy. We need this win. Sadly, there's no Rodri to play midweek for us, but still, we do kind of need this win. No doubt about that. I just hope when we play Brighton, it's not an exact copy where we then go and lose 1-0 away from home due to a deflected shot at the end. But I'll move on now from McAtee and Foden. On to McAtee, Foden, Nunes. Starting with McAtee, look, I don't want to see Bernardo because I think Bernardo would just slip into that midfield three again. I want to see McAtee. I think he's been good every time he's come on. Even I think he was good in the Community Shield. I've said that for a while now. I want to see McAtee start because I think he's been pretty promising. I want to see McAtee because I think he's been promising. I think he deserves a start. I think most of the academy lads probably deserve a start, but this has to be at least kind of a predicted 11, at least kind of what I think will happen. And McAtee's kind of the player I've shoved in for what I want to see happen because I think he is really good. I think he's showing it. I think he's showing that talent we've known for years. And I mean years. This guy was coming for our academy in when Liam Delap played against Bournemouth for the first time 4 years ago. You know, he may have even started coming through just before then. He's been coming through for a while now, and I think this is now his time. Head says 3-1. Heart says 3-1 City. Head says 3-1 or 2-1 to Sporting. Interesting. I'm hoping for neither of those later two. I'm going to predict a 2-1 because we don't do clean sheets. I know. I will lose it. I will actually lose it. 2. Depending on who you are, not for me. Moving on, Foden at the cam. Look, I think I just want to keep Foden playing until, because I like to say, Phil Foden is getting close to doing. You can see every time he has a shot, what kind of shot he's trying to do. You'll think of last season, and you'll think of that goal in your head that he's probably scored in the way he's trying to shoot. But most of the times he's doing it, it's just going wide, or he just can't quite hit it right. He's just a minuscule off, making it happen. But the moment he hits it again, the moment he starts hitting those again, is the moment we really get the ball rolling. To be fair, we ain't conceding UCL. Wow. Yeah, that's true. Foden expected assists is more than Saka and Palmer. Yeah, we need to start taking more chances. And so does he. He needs to start. You know, I'm a lover of Foden. I'll always be singing that man's praises. I'll always be on the front line to defend him. But I kind of need to see him do some stuff too. There is no doubt about that. No doubt about that whatsoever. And I just hope maybe it really starts to kick on this game as we have a taste of the new United manager. Moving on to Matheus Nunes. Again, this guy's playing off the left, and he's probably been our best left winger over like the last 12 months. You know, he's been really good for us, Nunes, and we kind of need him to keep being good. 7 goal contributions in 12 games is pretty good for a midfielder playing at the left. And I'm very happy with him. He's only had like 3 starts this season as well. A lot of the stuff he's done has come off the bench. But keep doing what he's doing, and he'll be playing a lot more. That is for sure. There's no reason for him to leave the team. I thought even against Bournemouth, he played better than most. So, yeah, I think just keep this guy in the team. Keep letting him play. Keep his sharpness going up and up. Hopefully a nice relaxing game where Ederson can chill. Ederson's been great recently. You can't fault him. His shot stopping for something fans diss him for a lot, you know. I've seen it from City fans too. I've probably pinched at him a couple of times for it. You know, we probably all have. This season, he has been great when it comes to shot stopping. And welcome to the chat. Big ups to you. Welcome. Hope you're well. Up top, Erling Haaland. By the way, if you don't know, Erling Haaland looks like he picked up an injury in training. Apparently, it doesn't look serious. Apparently, he got up okay and kept training, from what I saw. And so it isn't tracked to be much, but he did go down. He did start rubbing his shin. He did look like he was in relative pain, but the feeling is from that journalist that he is okay. But there is a chance he's not, and at that point, probably Phil Foden plays striker. But I'm going to put Haaland in there anyway. But there is a chance that he might not start this game, might just be on bench. Hopefully, though, if he does play, he starts taking more chances. You know, I'm talking half chances. I'm talking maybe even a quarter chance. Ooh. You know, he needs to bury them. He needs to start burying chances big time. That concludes my predicted 11. Let me know what you change. And for me, a 2-1 to City. No, 2-0 actually. Keep the clean sheets going in the UCL. 3 out of 3 so far. Let's make it 4 out of 4. Why not? As long as we make that top 8, that's all that matters in my book. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. I'm not a fan of Ake playing centre-back. He looks way better at left-back. That's true, but I think Vardiol's playing his best football at left-back. So I think I'm probably going to keep him there. But I do appreciate that. And I did say earlier, before you tuned in, so it's not your fault that you didn't hear, that if you want to swap them, you can. But I just think that this is probably for the best. Yeah, agree. But no one else can play. So that, unless you play Simpson Poussey, which again, that's if you want to. Yeah, again, Simpson Poussey could play there. But out of first team options as opposed to the academy, Ake is the only one. But I'm definitely not opposed to Simpson Poussey. He came on against Tottenham and I thought he was brilliant. I think that's the opinion of everyone. But hey, if he gets the game, he gets the game, and I'll clap if he does, because I love seeing academy players play. There's not much more in football that brings joy to my heart. Yeah, this is true as well. He does not play much of the academy players. He only really plays them in cup games. or like maybe at the end of the game where we're 3-0 up. He looked meant when he came on against Tottenham. Couldn't agree more. But anyway, for real this time, thank you for tuning in. The support is great as usual. There's a big game coming tomorrow, and hopefully you guys will tune into the watch along as we tackle them. But yeah, big game coming. Let's see how we do. Big ups.